Okay, have I had a serious first kiss yet? Like, yes, I love school, but like that group is like my everything. Big boobs, question mark, not anymore. I want to see, I would sell my soul to see them. I genuinely would. But you know what they are doing? They're slaying, so it's fine. I said this in the last video, but I can only talk freely when I'm in the car on camera. I don't know what it is about the car that just makes me want to like share all my thoughts, but it does. And that is what we needed for today's video, because today we are doing a Q&A. I asked you guys to ask me on my Instagram literally just any questions that you had. I love doing Q&As. It's just like recently I've been in my flop era a bit, and when I say recently I mean literally the past 2 years. So doing a Q&A is hard because getting people to ask questions can be difficult, but you guys like pulled through with this Q&A. I don't know what it was about this specific Q&A, but the questions were flowing, okay? And I love that. So we're just gonna get right into it because there's like 20 million questions. What was it like dealing with moving out of state for college? Honestly, I loved it, and I would definitely recommend going out of state for anyone who wants to. Like, if it's something you're considering but you're kind of scared of doing it, just do it. I feel like college is the perfect time to like explore where you might want to live, like post-grad. The actual process of moving out of state was very difficult because of moving stuff. That was the main obstacle that we encountered, okay? And this actually wasn't the biggest issue like freshman year moving into the dorms, because I basically just like checked a bunch of luggage with all my clothes and then just bought everything for my dorm in California. What has been difficult is figuring out how to store things. After freshman year, I had to store all my stuff from my dorm, obviously, because I wasn't staying there for the summer, and that was super expensive. And then this year I had to figure that out as well, and like that's just been the biggest obstacle pretty much. But people do it, obviously. You figure it out. It's not always the most ideal, but it works. What classes are you taking in the fall? Oh my god, I have literally no idea. Wait. Let me check, because I actually have no clue. This year when I registered for classes, I feel like I just like registered and then just like didn't think about it ever again, and I didn't put that much thought into like what I was registering for. So let me actually double check that really quickly. I know that I signed up for 6 classes, but I'm only planning on taking 5. I'm just gonna go to 2 of them the first week and then decide which one to drop. Okay, I'm taking Fundamentals of Marketing for non-majors, Theory and Practice of Journalism, Media Planning and Buying, and then the classes that I have in that I'm gonna choose one of the 2 is Theater and World Cultures and Intro to Latinx and Latin American Studies. I don't know which one of those 2 I'm gonna take, so I'm gonna go to the first class and then decide. Thoughts on the Barbie movie? I'm so excited for that movie. That looks like it's gonna be a trip. I'm ecstatic about it, honestly. How are you? I'm good. I'm actually amazing right now. Life has been so good lately, and I feel so lucky to be alive. That might sound like really cheesy. That's because it is, but like I genuinely just am really happy right now. How's college? College is great. College is the best. I always tell this to people, but I'm like, when I think about the fact that I have to graduate in 2 years, I could cry. Like, I love college. It's great. Favorite Taylor Swift song? There's a lot, but I think my forever favorite Taylor Swift song is Haunted, and I don't think that will ever change. Like, I love a lot of her music, but like Haunted stays winning. Like, that stays on top, and it always will. What activities are you involved in at college? Well, the main thing that I'm involved in outside of classes is my a cappella group, the Chaptones, which is like literally my favorite part about being in school. Like, yes, I love school, but like that group is like my everything, my life, my family. If you like to sing, join an a cappella group in college. It's the best experience. It's a competitive co-ed a cappella group, so we compete in ICCA, which is the International Championship of Collegiate A Cappella, which is the exact same competition they compete in Pitch Perfect. Yes, it is real. Yes, it is literally the same thing. Like, this year we actually placed 2nd at quarterfinals, which sends you to semifinals. So that was like the coolest experience ever. I was not able to make it to semifinals because I already had a Europe trip booked, but we went to semis in Oregon and we got 3rd place, which was like the coolest thing ever. Yeah, nothing beats like performing with those people. I love them to death. And then I'm also part of the advertising competition team at at my school because I'm an advertising major. What are you most excited and most nervous about for junior year? I am most excited about where I'm living this year. This past year, I was in an on-campus apartment, which was amazing, and I have honestly zero complaints, but I'm excited for next year. My roommates and I are going to be living in a condo, but it's like a house, right? So like it's a condo, but it feels like a house. So it's like 2 stories, has a little backyard and like a grill, and just, I'm excited to live there. There's also like a pool and a hot tub, and I'm so excited. I'm so like, I wish I could move in right now. I'm stoked about that. What am I most nervous for? To be honest, I'm not really nervous about anything right now. I'm excited. I think it's gonna be a blast. Next concert / live music you wanna go to? Well, the only concert that I have like a ticket purchased for right now is Niall Horan's tour, and that is next summer. So I'm super excited, even though I feel like it's like 20 years away. I really wanna see Blackpink really bad. I'm a Blink. If you didn't know, which you probably didn't because I've never talked about it on this channel, but I'm a Blink, okay? Which is a Blackpink stan. I love Blackpink with my entire life, and I definitely lived vicariously through videos of them performing at Coachella on my TikTok for about 2 weeks straight. I would sell my soul to see them. I genuinely would. Most recent thing you saved to a Pinterest board? That's a really good question. Let's check. And my most recent thing I saved was this picture. And I think this is literally just a Princess Polly ad. Like, I don't even think this is like a Pinterest picture. It's literally an ad. But I have that shirt and I want it in the color that the girl's wearing it. So what kind of surgery did you get? I got a breast reduction surgery on Tuesday. So about like 5 days ago? Yeah. 5 days ago. On a scale of 1 to 10, rate your boob job experience. It's gonna have to be a 10 so far. Actually, I'm gonna give it a 9 because I did get constipated. I have like major issues with that too. So like my biggest fear is being constipated again because that's been a very big problem for me in the past. And I literally only took 1 like hard pain med when I was in the hospital because my plan was not to take them because that is what causes the constipation. And so my plan was to not take any and just do like ibuprofen and Tylenol. But when I woke up from the surgery, I was in a lot of pain and I was like, I need 1. So I took 1 oxycodone, I think is what it's called. And that literally backed me up for like 4 days. So the experience is gonna be a 9, but honestly, it's a 10. No regrets so far. Obviously it's been 5 days, but I feel great. I'm up and moving. I am vlogging the entire experience, so I will post a video on that soon. That'll probably be my next video. Have you read or watched anything good recently? The last 5-star book I read was Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I actually wasn't a beach read fan. I know that's most people's like favorite book by her. Wasn't the biggest fan. I think I gave it 4 stars. People We Meet on Vacation was a 5-star read. Book Lovers, I didn't know how I was gonna like it. It was easily a 5-star. That book was so good. Have I watched anything good? I'm currently watching Succession and I love it. What do you see yourself doing after college? I see myself in California, I think. I mean, like things could change, but like right now, yeah, I see myself staying in California and hopefully working in social media of some kind. I don't know in what realm because that could go many different routes. I used to always want to do social media for a sports team. I would still love to do that, but now I'm like more open to doing social media for like whatever. So definitely staying in the social media world, but like working at it from like a business standpoint rather than like a personal perspective, if you know what I mean. What's the biggest lesson you've learned in college? Okay, this isn't gonna make any sense because I don't actually know what I'm gonna say before I say it. So bear with me, but I feel like the biggest lesson I've learned is that you should try and say yes to as many things as possible in college, number 1, because that's how you're gonna make the most memories and make the most out of the 4 years or however many years that you spend at school. But also it's okay to say no to things. So like that's counterintuitive, but like for a lot of things I would say it's been good for me to just be like, you know what, typically I would just like say no to this just because I'm lazy. But I'm gonna try just saying yes more often. But obviously there are instances where I'm also like, you know what, it's okay to say no and just to like relax and like stay in. So it's a scale, it can go either way. But if that made any sense, that's a big lesson I've learned. That like wasn't a lesson at all. What is the thing that has surprised you most about college? I'm gonna say what surprised me the most about going to a small school, I'm gonna take that question this way, is that even though it's a small school, I see new faces every single day. I think that was one fear I had, was like, am I just gonna like meet all the people in my grade like first day of freshman year and then like not meet other people? I swear to God, every time I walk on campus, I see different people. So that's been kind of surprising. What are you most looking forward to about being 30? That's disturbing. I just turned 20 like a couple weeks ago. So what am I most looking forward to? I guess I'm most looking forward to owning property. I'm really excited to own a house or like rent an apartment. I guess that's not owning, but like I'm excited to like post college like have my own place. That's what I'm excited for. Who's your favorite YouTuber? Tara's World. This is like a no-brainer question. Tara's World is my favorite YouTuber. I don't know what it is about her videos that gives me like the utmost comfort. Like I just feel like she is like a blanket for me. Like she is like just like what I need on any given day. When she drops a new vlog, I have to like, I get so excited that I have to be like, okay, I go to the bathroom before I watch this and I have food sitting in front of me and like I feel good. Like if I have a headache, like I'm not watching it. Like I'm not ruining the video with my headache. Like no, like I will make sure I'm in like the best space before I watch that video. I don't know what it is, but that's an easy question. Tara's World. Big boobs? Question mark. Not anymore. Drop the first kiss story. This question is also a little upsetting because, okay, have I had a serious first kiss yet? No, I haven't, okay? Nothing's changed. You might be like, Cora, get on it. I'm trying, okay? Actually, I'm not trying at all, but I know, understand where you're concerned. But my first like any kiss was with my friend Nora, like as a joke. My first kiss of the opposite sex was with my friend Bridger in a game of Spin the Bottle. And neither of us will ever be able to erase that from our minds. And it's something that we can't take back. But we would if we could. And he 100% would agree with me. What is the worst and best thing about Chapman? The best thing is just the location. Like I just think the location is absolutely perfect. The worst thing about Chapman is the price. It's ridiculously overpriced and it's gonna put me in debt for many years. Biggest takeaways you've learned living in LA so far? My biggest takeaway that I've learned is that people are raised a lot differently in California than they are in the Midwest. I think there's just sort of a sense of like independence when you live in Midwest. I don't know what it is about it. And obviously this doesn't go for everybody because everyone's experience is different. But like personally, like right when I turned 14, I had a job, right? Like I was working and like making my own money and like that's just not the culture out there for everyone. I'm sure in California, there are places where that is the culture, but because I'm at a very expensive private school, it's not necessarily the culture. And so it's just an adjustment, I guess. It's not necessarily like a bad or good thing. Actually, it's really just something I've had to get used to, that not everyone was raised the same way I was. And yeah. It was just kind of a culture shock. Did you know that you slay? I actually did know that, but thank you for reminding me. Should I drink on antibiotics? Next question. If you could change something about Chapman, what would it be? The price. I guess I should probably say something different. I would make the boys taller and more nice and available. What's your favorite kind of cheese? That's such a good question. Cheddar. Cheddar, actually, okay, there's a lot. I think cheddar is just like always gonna be just the classic. Like I love a good sharp cheddar cheese. Munster is also great. Oh, and provolone. Okay, it kind of depends on what it's for. Like for a sandwich, I love cheddar, Munster, provolone. For a salad, ooh, I love feta. For pasta, oh, you know that it's gotta be Parmesan, right? Like it just depends. But like overall cheese, cheddar. Sharp cheddar. Tips for finding colleges. I would just look up best colleges for blank and fill in the blank with one of your interests or hobbies or values or anything like that. That helps you kind of narrow down a list. And then from there, I would just like watch vlogs from the colleges that you're interested in. I watched so many Chapman vlogs before committing, because it's just a great way to actually like see what a day in the life looks like at that school. Another question about your breast reduction. How was the process? It was great. Do you see yourself living in California after college? I kind of already answered this. Yes, I do see myself there now. And I think I do see myself there long term as well. But I would like to maybe try living somewhere else. I've talked about this before on my channel, but I've always like wanted to live in Austin. maybe for like a year. I don't know. There's like a couple places that I would be down to like try out living, but no, I would 100% love to stay in California. Probably not Orange itself, but like Orange County honestly is great. San Diego, like the outskirts of LA. I don't know. Like I would definitely be down to live in California. What has been the most eye-opening advice you've received since you moved to Cali? These questions, you guys, these are like insanely good questions, and I'm insanely stupid and I can't think of answers. I would say the best advice I've received, which I haven't really received from anyone other than myself, is just to take risks. Like just to overall take risks, because life is nothing without risks. Life is nothing without sacrifice. And oftentimes you have to sacrifice one thing for another thing, and not being scared to do that is what is going to lead you to success or to a new opportunity. If you had to live in another state besides California or Wisconsin, what would you pick? Well, as I mentioned before, I want to live in Austin, but would Texas be my answer to this? No. Maybe South Carolina or North Carolina. I don't really know the difference between the two. Wherever Ellie Thuman is living right now, I've been watching her vlogs and it looks like a lot of fun. So maybe there. Anywhere with a beach town. Who is your favorite Chaptones member and why is it me? Well, Miss Rachel Burns, it's you because you slay constantly, permanently. You're in a permanent state of slay. That's why it's you. Biggest regret. My answer is so annoying, so feel free to be annoyed. But my answer is nothing. I do not have a biggest regret. I pride myself on not having regrets and not regretting anything, because everything happens for a reason. And I don't like to think about like, oh, I wish I did that. Oh, I wish I didn't do that. I try not to think about it. So actually, you know what? I thought of an answer. My biggest regret is wasting too much time in my childhood worrying about what I was eating and what I looked like. That's my biggest regret. I wasted too many hours stressing about that stuff when I could have just been living. So, most overrated trend right now? Oh, you know what? I'll just say Erewhon. Erewhon's an overrated trend right now. Although I live for Tara's World's Erewhon hauls, so like I can't really say that, but I recently went to Erewhon for the first time. I didn't think it was that special. And with that, that is all the questions that I had. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. For everyone asking about my breast reduction, I know I didn't go into detail in this video, but again, I am vlogging the entire experience. I vlogged day of surgery. I've been vlogging since then, so don't worry. A whole video will be made about that. But for now, thank you for all your well wishes. I am good. I'm loving how they look. I'm literally like tightly bound up right now. Like my boobs are not breathing, but you know what they are doing? They're slaying, so it's fine. I love you guys so much and I'll see you guys next time.